School teacher was.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. All praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Most High, the Supreme. And also we send our salutations and greetings to our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, viewers, welcome to one of your favorite show, Ask the Imam. Today we've called it Ask the Ginger Sheikh, and we'll explain to you why we named it Ask the Ginger. As you can see, where's there's a ginger beard there, inshallah. And thank you for joining us. After a week or so, we've got our ginger sheikh back, Sheikh Haroon, and we have Sheikh Waddah with us today. We apologize for starting the program late due to technical difficulties, inshallah. Please join us and go to our Facebook, like it, share it, go to the AQS Media, the YouTube channel, subscribe the channel, and press the bell button. That will send you a notification when we come on the air. So you're not having to wait for timing. It will remind you when we come on the air. So this is Ask the Ginger Sheikh today. And the things you could ask is anything that you want to ask the Sheikh here, spiritual questions, worldly questions, any sort of question that you may have in your mind. Please call the number which is on the screen, 0151 260 3986. Let me introduce you my usual special guest, the spiritual guest. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Haroon, the Ginger Sheikh. Here we are. And of course, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Waddah.
Okay. Can you have a little chat with Sheikh Waddah?
I shall have a I will definitely have a Sheikh. Go on, Sheikh Waddah. Go ahead and say why we're making it a Ginger Sheikh program.
I think
today.
you were eager to ask Sheikh Haroon. We leave that Sheikh Haroon to answer. It's a personal question that you can see. But it's a bit obvious. I don't think you need to answer. It's a rhetorical one.
I'm going to explain. I will explain to you what's going on here.
Alhamdulillah.
I'll explain.
But it's a chance for everyone to phone in. We've been, in the past 2 weeks, people have been ringing with hard questions, and Sheikh Haroon weren't there, our Mufti wasn't there available. So we've been telling people to keep their questions, write them down, and to phone in when Sheikh Haroon comes in. And alhamdulillah, he's back today, inshallah. We're lucky to have him. We had a beautiful khutbah, mashallah, and reminder of the end of the times. And it's an ongoing thing that Sheikh Haroon is doing. So continue, inshallah, watching that, viewing that, and we'll learn more about Akhir al-Zaman and what we're expecting to come and what the Prophet ﷺ has told us through the hadiths. Alhamdulillah, it's a ni'mah to know where you're going and what's going on. But most for all, inshallah, just give us a ring, inshallah, and ask the questions. Anything on your head, any doubts in anything, why not kill the doubt by asking? Bil yaqeen, ask the question, ask the Sheikh, and I'm sure he's got all the answers, inshallah.
Oh, mashallah, we've already got some questions coming in straight.
That's the first one,
Brother
isn't it?
Bint Saleem have sent some.
No, I think that's not a brother. If it's Bint Saleem, it's a girl. Even Saleem is a brother, right?
Okay, well, there you go.
In Arabic, bint means
Bint means
girl.
sister.
No,
Daughter.
daughter. Ukht is sister.
Okay, well, there we go. We learn something every day, let's say. I never knew actually Bint means female.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Well, this Sister Saleem is asking a question. It's in two parts, to be honest. Okay, we'll go to that in a moment when Sheikh Haroon's when Sheikh Haroon finishes. So, like I said, we missed him over the Christmas time. We're going to ask Sheikh Haroon.
No, first of all, sorry to interrupt you. First of all, you need to explain what you've been doing over Christmas, because I have my suspicions that you're celebrating too much. Right?
Do you know what?
So do you want to explain what you were doing?
Well, we were here with presenting the show on your behalf, Sheikh Haroon. While you were having the turkey at home, we were actually talking to your viewers. So we were actually talking to your viewers with Sheikh Adam and Brother Zainab, and of course Sheikh Waddah Saleh as well.
I'm sure that day he rang in, Sheikh Haroon did bring in himself.
Yeah.
There you go.
And he said he was watching the Christmas movie, was it? Or his kids was?
What was I watching?
The Christmas movie with the kids was?
Was it?
I think, you know,
Oh, yeah, Sheikh.
many people did have turkey. I'll have to say it. Many people that I know have had turkey, but not with the intention that they're celebrating Christmas, but of course with the intention that
it was available.
It is a family gathering. In Christmas time, everything is locked down, so people get together.
Are you
they
going
have
to
a
admit that
family
you had a
gathering.
turkey?
No. I don't like turkey myself. I think it's quite tasteless, to be honest.
I've never tasted it.
We had what you call roast chicken and things like that, and
I was by myself on Christmas
native
Day.
fish.
I was by myself. All the family went to Bradford.
Oh right.
They went to the in-laws, yeah.
They lived in the dungeon, did they? Okay. Sheikh Haroon does have a cellar in his house, so sometimes he does go into the cellar to contemplate himself. If you're not sure, if you didn't know that, so if you can't get hold of Sheikh Haroon, you know he's in the cellar doing his bits. You know, Inshallah. Thank you so much for joining us. Ask the Ginger Sheikh today. Please call into the live studio lines on 0151 260 3986. Now, just while Sheikh Haroon's getting ready, let me remind you, the viewers, we have a call. Oh my goodness, let's take the call. Now you carry on with yours if you need to.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Brother Jibril.
Ma ma'ana?
What's your name and where are you calling from, brother?
Muhammad Jibril.
Muhammad Jibril. Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad.
Is he?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What's your question today, brother Jibril?
Yeah, my question is to Sheikh Haroon.
Marhaba. Well, why didn't you come into the room? Because you're in the other room, aren't you?
He's made the coffee and everything, mashallah.
Go on, Jibril.
Jazakallah khairan. So my question is, sometime when people like I have alarm time, I wake up every day like what do you call it? My phone ring every like 1 o'clock every day.
Yeah.
And on Friday, maybe I forget to switch on off the alarm,
Yeah.
and then during the khutbah when it starts ringing, can I go and because on khutbah you are not allowed to use the phone, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
Can you switch it off?
So yeah.
You're asking, can you switch the phone off?
Yeah, like sometime when just you press the button, we'll go, but in 5 minutes we'll come back. So shall I go and cancel the thing from inside?
Oh, I get you, because the snooze will keep on coming back on. Yeah. طيب إن شاء الله بسم الله اللهم أخذنا بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. جزاك الله خيرا, Jibril, for asking the question there. So for those, just to explain what exactly he was asking. So, and as he mentioned, that during the khutbah there should be absolute silence and you shouldn't really be moving about, not talking, and also not using the phone. So the question that our brother Jibril asked, that if he's already got a preset alarm on there and it goes off like 1 o'clock during the Jumu'ah khutbah, can he, instead of just snoozing it, because if you just press the button once, can you take it out and start switching off the alarm? In that case, yes, there's no harm. There's actually like holding the phone. That's not the haram or makruh. The actual prohibition is start using it. So like start to check messages, and so there just switch it off. Just switch it off, or just turn the alarm off totally. There's no problem. Wallahu a'lam. Jazakallah khairan, Jibril.
Jazakallah khairan. Jazakallah khairan. Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Just can I now go on to explain now, because I'm seeing all the ginger bead comments there, because mashallah Hamza the cameraman, like he's called us the ginger sheikh. So just explain shall I explain what's going on?
Yes, please do. Are you going to wear the turkey hat before?
I will do. I will
blend in too much with ginger.
The ginger beard will reflect once he gets the turkey hat on.
Let's do the turkey.
This is from Erdogan.
Yeah. Difference, mashallah.
Go on, let's have a look.
Erdogan.
What's it looking like? Oh, hold on, it's a bit wonky.
It's the other way up. No, it's the other way up.
Have we got it right now?
Now, yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you reckon the red goes with the ginger, yeah?
That's it.
So can I explain?
Yes, of
now,
course.
This actually started when I came back from Syria. This was around 2010. I was in Al-Rahma Mosque one time, Sheikh Sadiq, and he was talking. And then I was around like around 39, 40 at that point. Yeah.
Okay.
So my first white hair had appeared,
Right.
and he just goes to me. He says, "Do it now." He says, but he actually said, "Don't get like the orange, the ginger one." He said, "Get it like dark brown."
Right.
Because then it just fades in. But I ignored him at that time. And since then, too much pressure's pressures to all of these students and just do me heading all the time.
Oh, right. This is
Shayyabuni, do me.
Right, under pressure.
It wasn't Hud wa Akhawatuha.
So it's under pressure, Ginger Sheikh.
Yeah. Can I just add a comment here?
Please.
النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم
والسلام.
يعني الإنسان الكامل, the perfect human being in physical form, towards the very last year or two of his life, they mention around between 14 to 20 white hairs. Most of my beard has already gone white.
Yes.
And I'm like, the Prophet is like 61, 62. Just 1 or 2 white hairs have appeared. Abu Bakr Adlan says, Shibta ya Rasulullah. So the shave, like your hair's begun to turn white. And the reason they say why he asked is because he was surprised, because even though he's in his 60s, and he's still insan kamil, like just Ghazwa Hunayn, the battle, when he's 61, and he's at the front of the army facing tens of thousands. So they understood he's not like a normal old man. They shouldn't come. And the Prophet said, Shayyabatni Hudun wa akhawatuha. Surah Hud and the other surahs like Surah Hud, and in some narration in Surah Al-Mursalat, and it mentions other surahs that speak about the Day of Judgment. So they have what's turned my hair white. And the amazing thing about that, the Prophet ﷺ was physically affected by the Quran. It wasn't just like he's Quran Yamshi, he's walking Quran, to the point where it even changes his hair. Just by reading the Quran, he's in such a state of fear of the Day of Judgment. So that's him, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. As for me, I'm over 40. That's why it all started appearing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've been thinking about it for a while, and then I think it was like the first day in the Christmas holidays. My wife, I was just sat there. My wife just got some dye, and she just like rubbed it all into me.
Oh, right. So
I was just sat on a chair. No, but mashallah, I like it, mashallah.
So he's also the Christmas Sheikh as well now, isn't he? He's done in the Christmas time. So for Sheikh Haroon's followers, he's been colouring his beard on the Christmas day.
No, but mashallah, she kind of forced me to do it.
Yeah.
But I like it, and I'm going to go darker.
It's nice.
I'm going to go darker.
Darker?
Yeah, I'm going to go darker.
Darker means black or brownie?
No, men can't do that. That's forbidden.
That's
right. Henna colour. It is actually forbidden for men.
Right.
Except he said in Harb, except in times of war.
Yes,
so that you look like a younger man. What do you reckon? Somebody said it's knocked about 10 years off me.
Yes, it is indeed.
Yeah.
It has.
I'm going for 15 years now,
15 years if you got it darker. I think it's given you very angelic look as well.
Mashallah.
So mashallah, very young and very slim. So he obviously he hasn't had
slim is because of COVID.
Yes.
I couldn't eat for a week.
Did you really have the COVID?
Yeah.
You had the symptoms of the COVID?
No, I was actually checked and positive.
Positive?
Yeah.
Sheikh Waddah, I think we better be careful about it now.
No, it's gone now.
It's gone now.
Well,
he didn't see Sheikh Haroon because he actually had been through the COVID himself. Shall we go? Yeah. I think the sister's asking, Sister Saleem, go on, Sheikh Haroon.
And so anybody who's around the 40s or 50s, start getting white hair, get the dye, because it's actually considered a sunnah. It's a recommended practice to do.
Is it the henna that you put in, or is it an actual dye from the shop which is brown?
I'm not sure. It's whatever my wife got out.
Okay, ask the wife.
Right.
Okay, treatment from the wife. That's it.
Let's look at some of the questions. Yeah.
Let's have a look.
So this has been Saleem. Wa alaykum salam. I'm a micro student and want advice from Haroon. I'm wanting to progress my education studies in Islamic sciences, but I've come across an opportunity to do a PGCE. What would you advise I do? Continue Islamic? Okay, interesting. The obvious thing is it not possible to do the both? Because even if you continue Islamic studies, inshallah.
She said both. Yeah.
Oh, it says, okay, I didn't notice that, yeah. No, definitely then go for both. Go for both. Because PGC is just training you how to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And then instead of secular studies, then you learn how to teach. And in fact, when I started teaching first, I always thought about doing a PGCE. Because you're a teacher, that's what you are. Ultimately, you're a teacher, so you need to know how to interact with the students, how to convey a message to the students, and so on. And it's a skill. Teaching is a skill. Like Sheikh Waddah is a teacher of Quran. There's a particular skill. Like madrasa kids and adults, very different how you teach them. Sure. So definitely, if you can do the both, definitely do the both. Definitely do both.
Okay, good. Okay, let's see if there's any other questions. Well, I'm just surprised, Sheikh Haroon, you've come after 2 weeks on the show and none of your students are ringing in. I think they've forgotten you. Okay,
I think
next week the title will be The Forgotten Sheikh. I hope not. Well, to avoid that, why don't you ring the studio now, brothers and sisters? We have a lot of viewers, which is on our Facebooks, which is good. Do send your messages, questions on Facebook. But what we'd like to do is to hear from you direct. When you want to ask a question, ask the question on 0151 260 3986. Sheikh Waddah, Sheikh Haroon is waiting to answer your call. So please do call. We have got loads of brothers. Sister Saleem have already asked a question. We've answered. Brother Humayun says, Assalamu alaikum to all, especially Sheikh Waddah. MashaAllah. So you need to ring in and say, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Waddah. Why don't you ring in now? Brother Asif Bart says, can I go to sleep yet? What's that on about? Can I go to sleep yet?
Yeah. I don't know this guy.
He's getting bored, isn't he?
Yes, you can go to sleep if you're bored, yes.
What do you mean go to sleep now?
Because it's dark now, isn't it? But go to sleep after you've done your Maghrib and
You're allowed to
Isha.
sleep after that.
All right.
You shouldn't. You know that Wednesday Q&A that I do?
Yeah.
This guy, he's a close friend of mine from Manchester.
Right.
He comes on and then he just sends a message, can I go to sleep?
Okay. Do we have a caller?
Go to sleep. Go on.
We have a first caller, Sheikh Haroon. Take the call if you like. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, caller.
Walaikum salam. How you doing, Sheikh? You okay?
Alhamdulillah. What's your name and where are you calling from, brother?
I think Sheikh Haroon knows the answer to those questions.
Okay.
Hold on.
Do you recognize it now?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Wa alaikum salam.
He has a hard of hearing, so you'll have to speak a bit
Sheikh,
louder.
how do you not recognize me? I'm offended.
I'm offended.
Manchester.
Who is it?
From
He's
Manchester.
the offender.
Who is this? Give me your name, man, because I know too many people, so...
I'm coming to see you on Sunday, Sheikh, from Micro, man.
Micro man.
He speaks like that.
He's a Mancunian. He's definitely a Mancunian.
No.
Is it Thaqib? Is it
Leeds,
Thaqib?
Leeds, not Mancunian.
Thaqib,
Yeah,
that's Thaqib.
yeah.
And in fact, I think Thaqib was the first ever caller that we've had on the show. The
Right.
very first one ever, I think it was him.
All right, there you go. Sorry, I was only saying Mancunian because your accent sounded something of that.
No, he's a Leeds
region.
boy, this one.
So you're a
Mashallah.
Leeds.
Oh,
Mashallah, he's a great student, especially Arabic, mashallah. He's only been studying Arabic for 2 months, and mashallah, he's already
2
on it.
months.
Yeah.
Let's hear
Sheikh,
him.
I had a question about...
No, you got to ask in Arabic.
Oh, don't say that.
No. Go on.
All right. ماذا حكم في كيف تقول بيد لحية
لحية؟ نعم. ما حكم اللحية؟ نعم.
ماذا حكم لحية في لحية أبيض or the color of white beard?
Wait, hold on. First of all, mashallah, jazakallah khairan. He's only been studying Arabic for 2 months and he's given a
Threw a
goal there.
sentence in them.
Yeah. But then, do you know what his question was? Like, what's the rule of a white beard?
Oh, right.
What's that? Say that question in English, please.
Not hukum, sorry, the hikam, the wisdom.
Oh, hikmah.
The
Hikmah,
hikmah
yeah.
of a white beard. The benefit of a white beard.
Oh, the grey or white beard. I think I've read some things, but I wasn't entirely sure.
Yeah, no, it's mentioned. Imam al-Haddad, he mentions in his Lives of Man. He said that Sayyidina Ibrahim was the first one who had white hairs, and when he asked Jibreel, what is this? And he said, hikmah. He said, hikmah. He said, it's a sign of wisdom. And the wisdom there, wallahu alam, is the fact of age. The fact that generally people, when they reach that age, they tend to become more wiser, even if when they were younger, they weren't. But just age itself gives you wisdom, and that's a sign of that.
As well, which is seen maybe like the white hairs, is something that reminds you of death. What's coming on?
Right, yeah.
You realise that you're getting older. SubhanAllah.
Something about the hat. Go to that, Hamza.
Jazakallah, has he gone?
No, I'm still here, Sheikh. So does that mean we can dye our
إلى اللقاء يوم الأحد. يوم الأحد إلى اللقاء مع السلامة.
إلى اللقاء مع السلامة. السلام عليكم.
He's good, you know. He's good.
No, he's good. He's very good.
Thank you so much for your call. There's something about the Turkish hat that you're wearing.
What's this? That's Heyman. Lalo Heyman. Oh, okay.
Do you want to answer
flags.
We're not political here, are we? We're only wearing the Turkish shirt for the sake of this wearing as a red Turkish shirt. Don't forget the Abdullahquilliam Masjid, where we are transmitting the program from Britain's first mosque. The Sultan Abdul Hamid II of Turkey gave Sheikh Abdullah Quillam the scholarly title, the Sheikh al-Islam title, way back in 1894. So that's why he became Muslim by visiting Morocco in 1887. And we're just following that tradition, really. So we are not politicizing by wearing any particular hat to support any nations here. So although Sheikh Haroon is wearing a hat which may have the Turkish flag, but it's not meant to be all of that. So let's not have those comments, brothers and sisters, inshallah. This is all to have some fun, to interact with you in the most possible way. Why don't you ask the relevant question? Do you have a question for Sheikh Haroon about the world that we live in? Do you have a question about the state that we are living in? Do you have a question that you might want to ask that's troubling you or troubling the nations? So call the number on 0151 260 3986.
Can I suggest one thing? See that brother Adam Hart?
Adam Hart, he's too busy eating deer.
No, what I'll suggest to Adam. Assalamu alaikum, Adam. I know you're always listening, mashallah, and jazakallahu khairan. Phone in question, because you're on every week and sometimes you're asking like really daft questions.
I've never heard him, you know. He needs to ring in.
He's never rung in.
Is he rang before?
Yeah, he does, yeah. So Adam, I want you to phone in, please, about something to do with deer and about wine as well.
He's asked the most questions, but he's
white
never
wine
phoned in,
vinegar.
The answer ready? Phone in. Let's talk to you, Adam.
That's it. We're not gonna answer Brother Adam's question unless he phones in. Okay. So thank you, Husnain Yaqub. Also says Salam, Mufti Haroon Usmani.
No,
there you go.
This is mashallah Husnain. I love this brother. He's from Nottingham.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. There's an alim from Pakistan.
Right.
His name's Mufti Taqiyuddin Uthmani.
Yes, we met. He been at the mosque here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And his beard is a single.
Yes.
So that's why he started calling me.
Oh, right, Usmani. Is he still alive? That
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. He was really a pious man. Right, brother Adib Shams as well. So, Jazakumullah khairan for everybody who is sending messages on our Facebook and also ringing in as well. Brother Adib says, what is the ruling of the beard in the Hanifi school? Asking Sheikh with the red feminine hat. No.
First of all,
Adib, they're all about your hat now today, aren't they?
It was meant to be the beard. First of all, Adib's from Canada, by the way.
From Canada?
Toronto. Toronto. Yeah, he's a student, it says.
We have a call, Sheikh. Sheikh, Waddah, take the call.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, caller.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Who am I speaking to?
Is that Fatima bint Haroon?
Bint Haroon.
Fatima bint Haroon. Assalamu alaikum, Fatima. Is Musa with you?
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, they always think that the Friday show is to come on and read. So she wanted to read Surah
Al-Alaq. Of course she can.
But that's Sheikh Waddah's thing.
Doesn't matter.
So Fatima, you're going to read Surah Al-Alaq to Sheikh Waddah, yeah?
Yes.
And then Musa's going to read Surah Wateen.
No, Kawthar.
Surah Al-Kawthar. Okay, go on, Bismillah.
Inshallah. Bismillah. Let me say inshallah.
Bismillah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق.
Why is it important, the surah? What's important about this surah? Is she still there?
Fatima, you still there? No.
Yes.
You there?
Yes.
Why is it important, the surah? What's important about the surah that you read?
7. Don't think she knows.
Was it the first surah that came down to the Prophet ﷺ? And Jibreel alayhi salam?
I think so.
And he said to him, read, Iqra. Is Musa there? Can you read the surah for me as well?
Yeah.
Bismillah, just put him on the phone for us, inshallah.
5.5.
He's too shy.
Musa, come on, otherwise I'll knock you out now. Where are you, Musa? Go on, Musa.
I'm right here.
Bismillah, come on, read with me. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Inna
أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Read it properly. What are you playing at? Read it properly. I'm going to come and
That's good,
good for a 5 years old. MashaAllah.
Too much on it.
And beautiful for a 7-year-old.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر.
Carry on. فصلي
فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
MashaAllah,
MashaAllah. No presents for you this time, because last time you got the gift, didn't they?
Yes, we got a gift last time, yeah.
Jazakallah khair.
All the chocolates today.
Also, has your mum made that spaghetti or not? There was spaghetti with meatballs or spaghetti with bolognese. Spaghetti bolognese. Fatima, what's mum made?
She couldn't make the meatballs because
Wow, you're good.
Okay.
Your dad's
anyway,
hungry.
We'll be finishing in half an hour, so I need some spaghetti when I get home. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, you two.
Yes, you need to ring in also on every Thursday. We have the kids show every Thursday from 6 p.m. till 7:30 p.m. You have the Okay, so we are having some internet problem here. We're having some technical issues getting your comments online. So if you have made any comments or any questions, please call into the studio line 0151 260 3986. If you're making comments online, we are unable to see them due to technical problems, but we can hear you. So why don't you pick up the phone and call us now?
Adam, phone in, please. Adam the hat.
Brother Adam Hats, please call in with the 3 red hats. Well, it's 2 red hats today, isn't it? So Sheikh Waddah's not wearing the red hat today. Have you boycotted the reds?
No, never. We can't boycott.
Never.
Once a red, you're always a red.
Once a red, always
No,
a
just
red.
you're not wearing the red today.
It's on to
yeah, Sheikh Waddah. MashaAllah.
Okay, no,
So,
I can see the questions on YouTube,
just
yeah.
can we see some of the questions?
I'll go on Facebook, you stay on YouTube.
Brilliant. We have a caller, Sheikh. Take the short call.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ahlan. Who is this?
Sarah Al-Khatib.
Sarah. Yes, Sarah Al-Khatib, our Muazzin's daughter.
MashaAllah. Ahlan, Sarah.
Brother
Sarah, yeah.
What's your question, Sarah?
So, I'm kind of confused about this. Like, it's, I'll just say it. Someone who is not a palmist but tells the path through moon positions and helps to choose which profession to teacher and suggests about good and bad people in life. Is that allowed for someone to do this or meet this type of person? Like, is it haram?
What, did you get all that? Can you repeat that? Because it wasn't clear what you said.
Someone who is not a palmist but tells the path through moon positions.
Someone who's not a what?
A palmist.
A palmist, the one who reads a palm.
It's like, do you know your hand?
Yeah, the fortune teller, the one who reads the palms.
Yeah, it's like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone who's not a palmist but tells the path through moon positions and helps to choose which professions to teacher and suggests about good and bad people in life. Is it allowed for someone to do this or meet this type of person?
But sorry, Afwan, are you saying that is it okay to go to somebody and take advice from them about what to do in the future?
No, like, is it allowed for someone to do this? Is it haram to meet this type of person?
So just to be clear on your question, you're saying, can you go to someone who's a palmist or somebody like that, like an astrologer or somebody who does, and ask them for advice about what path you should take in the future? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, we got the gist.
Simple answer is no. Simple answer is no. Hadith, roughly من أتى كاهنا فصدقه فقد كفر بما جاء بمحمد. So whoever goes to somebody, an astrologer or a soothsayer or people who try and predict the future based upon these and then believes in them, believes that person has denied Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So if that person is known to have some background in that, even just general advice, you should stay away from them. Because those people are generally inspired by shayateen al-jinn. They're generally guided by devils. Instead, just go to Ahl al-ilm, go to people who do istikhara for you, go to your father and your mother, ask them to make dua that Allah guides you to. Do the standard istishara or istikhara. Consult people who are experts in the field and then go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So definitely avoid such people. Definitely avoid them.
Is it to do with magic?
No, magic is something slightly different. They're all kind of related, but magic is something different. Magic was is سحروا أعين الناس. It's just illusions. It's just playing around with people. Whereas this is different. So it is different, but they all have connection to shayateen al-jinn. So Allah. But Jazakallah khair. That's an excellent. Can we make
Good
a
question.
excellent question?
It's a good question, yeah.
It's a good question in a way, because you think about it, in the Arabic countries, it is found, but over here it's found rare. It's very, you find it all the time as well, where they think they go to people, but they don't appear themselves like haram thing, but they'll tell you, oh, what's going on and that. But some people will still go to them and not know it's a type of shirk. They believe in them.
This reminds me in the late 80s when I was working, and I came across a Sheikh person who was who came to the restaurant, and he said he's a fortune teller. I mean, I was about 19 or so, and then I took the advice, and he gave me a red handkerchief, and he read the palms, and he said, and it was a maroon color, and I got that handkerchief actually, and then he said, one day you'll be really, really rich. 35 years later, I still haven't become rich. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
We'll go back to that in a moment.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Brilliant story. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Who am I speaking to, sorry?
You're speaking to Mufti Taqiyuddin Osmani from India.
Oh, the Nottingham deviant. أهلا وسهلا كيف الحال؟
الحمد لله بخير كيف أنت؟
الحمد لله. لماذا تتصل بنا؟
اليوم أنت ديو agent.
What you want, bro? What you want?
I've got a question, bro. You need to answer it.
No.
Unless
one of these two. No, one of these two. Are you ready to answer this question? You'll go back to a Sheikh fortune teller.
You have to answer it with that newly dyed beard.
What?
You have to answer it with that newly dyed beard.
What about the hat? Are you okay with the hat? Do you reckon it matches?
Yeah, the hat's so cool. It goes with your mustache.
Bismillah. Go on. Depends what your question is. You can't just say you have to answer it. What if I don't know the answer? I'm going to answer it.
No. This is an actual question which is affecting everybody, and I think we need to know the answer.
Okay, let's hear the question, my brother.
Okay, so Sheikh, I've been last couple of weeks. I've been going through the Alamat al-Sa'a, and a question which is arising is: are we in the end times because of the minor signs that I've been going through? So my question is: are we in the end times? And what advice would you give to people? And because if we are, then is it part of Fardul Ain to learn it now?
Is it what?
Fardul Ain to learn it now.
طيب, Jazakallah khair. Actually, it's a really, really good question. For a change from you, it's a really good question. Simple answer. From the time of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in Akhir Zaman, when the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came, he was the first of the signs of the last days. Everything after him is Akhir Zaman. He's Nabi Akhir Zaman. So we are in the end times. And then signs, the ulama, they mention 3 stages within the signs. You have alamat sughra, and then you have a takthir fi alamat sughra, and then you move into al-kubra. So you have the minor signs, and then you move into an increase within the minor signs, and then you go into the 3rd stage, which is the major signs. Minor signs, bittifaq al-ulama, by absolute agreement of the ulama, the minor signs, pretty much everything is there. So stage 1 is over, that's definite. We're now in stage 2, which is an increase in the minor signs. And that will shortly be followed by the precursor to the major sign. Dajjal is the major sign, but before him comes Al-Imam Al-Mahdi. So that's all we're waiting for right now. So we're in between 2 and 3. So there's absolutely no doubt that we're in end times. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Now, what you do in relation to that, people just need to get serious on their deen. It's simple as that, because end times are no joke. We're already seeing end times are no joke. It's simple as that. Is it far to learn? It's one of the 4 arkan of deen. It's one of the 4 cornerstones of religion. أخبرني عن الإسلام, عن الإيمان, عن الإحسان, عن الساعة. 4 things Jibreel spoke to the Prophet about. Tell me, what is Islam? What is faith? What is excellence? Tell me about the Day of Judgment. So it's not, has it become fard? It's always been fard. It's always been fard that the believer always needs to know the signs of the Day of Judgment. And it's the mistake of the khutbah that unfortunately is silence. So we just need to keep on speaking more and more about it, just to open people's eyes to it. Allahu A'lam. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair, brother.
جزاك الله خير شيخ. سأراك بالليل على سكايب إن شاء الله.
Inshallah, biiznillah.
There you go. There's some question in Arabic which I can't really read.
This is the Canadian Adib. I don't know, he's trying to be all
It's from
technical.
Canada, isn't it?
Canada, yeah.
Toronto.
It's a very technical question, and I think he's just trying to catch me out.
Okay.
So, هي الثمنية فهل علة تحريم الربا فيهما هي الثمنية أو غيرها؟
Unlike he's an Arab national.
No, he's not. He's an Indian. He's actually Indian.
Okay.
Actually Indian. He's a student of knowledge.
Right.
Yeah. So just quickly, it's a very technical question. Actually, let's move on. Is this Sarah Khatib the girl who phoned in before?
I don't know.
How come you encourage someone to read the Salah even if you tried leading by example?
Sarah K. Probably not. Somebody different, Sarah K.
This is an issue about al-amr bil ma'roof wa nahy anil munkar. You have different responsibilities. This is not just about Salah, this is about anything. So the first is just directly to speak to people, just billati hi ahsan, qawlan layyinan, speaking in a gentle manner to people, remind them of their duty and obligation. Once you start seeing like a barrier, like people just shutting up and refusing to answer, then it's lead by example, that you make sure that you're around them, you're doing salah around them. And then after that, and you just make dua to Allah, Allah opens the heart. There's nothing more you can do beyond that. There's two things: say and do, and then make dua. Say it, advise them gently, and do it yourself. You don't want to come across as a hypocrite. Do it yourself, and then after that, just adu Allah lahu. Make dua to Allah subhanahu for that person. Jazakallahu khairan, Sarah. Excellent question.
Okay, yes, so it's not the same Sarah that called earlier on. Thank you. Hassan Khalid says, Assalamu alaikum. Should we avoid going to private Jummas, some hold in homes where it is not made completely public, but there are more than 4 people? How many people should we have to have the Jummah? I know you talked about it, about 15 or 12 to 15.
Well, see, again here, like you're moving into mahall al-ikhtilaf, the realms of differences. The Hanafis state that Jum'ah cannot be in a closed space. It has to be what they term as al-idhn al-am. It has to be open and public for people. So Abu Hanifa's requirement is 4 people, Imam plus 3, but it has to be open. Then Imam Malik, the other 3 Imams, Malik, Shafi and Ahmed, said it can be closed. It can be closed, but then the numbers become an issue. So with Malik, it can be a closed space, but you have to have 12 plus the Imam. Was it 11 or 12? I forget, 11 or 12 plus the Imam. And then Imam Shafi and Imam Ahmed said 40. So if it's in a home and you've only got 4 people, then definitely no. Definitely no. You'd have to have at least 12 people or more than that in order for it to be valid. Wallahu a'lam.
Jazakallah. Just to remind the viewers, he said also there is mosque. The masjid is closed, the Abdullahquilliam masjid, and many of the masjid in Liverpool is closed due to the government national lockdown. Although the government has not said the place of worship should be closed, the guideline is open. But if you look at the reason why there is a national lockdown, we have to think in terms of the spread of infection, which is over 1,100 people died alone yesterday and more than over 50,000 got positives. So the seriousness of the coronavirus is so large that the management committee have decided to close it, because our people from the black and ethnic minorities are most vulnerable to these COVID symptoms. So therefore, in order to protect the public, to protect the nation, protect the community, we have decided to close the masjid. So do please pray at home. And I think if you could say a few words about this, that, a lot of people say, well, the government said you can open it, why are you closing it? But it's because of this pandemic. And say something about the pandemic in terms of not coming to the masjid but praying at home, the ajr. Are they going to get a different ajr for it, or will they miss anything? Do you know what I'm saying?
First of all, inshallah, we'll mention something on that. Have you had your vaccine?
I've had my first jab, yes. Do get vaccinated if you can.
Are you going to get vaccinated?
Inshallah.
Just one second, we'll come back to that, yeah. So like myself, I am going to get vaccinated probably tomorrow. Go down to Dr. Hamid's surgery. when I spoke to the doctor, Dr. Hamid, who's part of the message, he said because, in a sense, we're frontline. So because of that, there's more of a need to do so.
I mean, what we're saying is if you are a frontline social, healthcare worker, community worker,
even
you're the
carers
imam,
like that.
imam, you're the carer, you're coming in contact with people through your jobs, please do contact your GP or go to a center where the vaccinations are being administered. So if you need help with us, do contact us. We will give you support and advice where to go. But it is advisable to get the vaccination
We'll come back. That's
done.
an important question to answer there.
We will go to that one.
But first of all, just to answer what you mentioned before.
About the closure of the masjid in this pandemic.
Let me just go back to the Hassan's question there. Okay. You said something about masajid. If they're a Muslim doing Jummah but quite far away in distance, but still technically in the home city, should one make an effort to go? Right now, the truth is right now, the obligation of Jummah is different. It's not; these are not normal circumstances. So, what Brother Mumin made the point, which is correct, is that people should not feel that they're doing haram and it's a major sin that they're not able to go to Jummah. This is not something in our control. There's reasons as to why the masajid, even though it's optional, the masjid doesn't need to close based on regulations. But we are bound by regulation, and then on top of that, we're also bound by safety. Yeah, safety, because there is a real good practice. So there's a real issue here. So don't feel that you're doing anything wrong if you're not coming to pray. Inshallah ta'ala, we hope in the near future things will be able to return to some sort of normality. And then see the madness here, and I'm not saying this to any individual here. Like while the message is closed, everybody's panicking, we can't come to message, can't. When it was open, a lot of people are still at work and they're still at university, still at colleges, and making all types of excuses. Yeah. So when things are back to normal, then you prioritize, because then it's a fard, it's the highest of all fard in terms of salah. Right now, there's genuine khawf min al-marad, intishar al-marad. There's genuine concern about the virus. As I'm not the only one, but last 2 weeks I haven't been able to come to the khutbah because of the virus. And I have no concern about that because Allah has lifted it from those who are unable to come. So there's nothing to worry about there. Wallahu a'lam. Do you want to touch upon this, because this issue has come twice about the Turkish flag.
Just wondering why you're wearing a hat with Turkish flag. Are you Turkish? Even if you are, you shouldn't wear a flag. No politics in the religion. Stop dividing people or don't show up. Wow. Like we said before, is this really a Turkish flag? No, I have no idea. Yeah. It's not a Turkish flag. It just says Turkey. Well, Sheikh, it's almost like the airline.
Disregarding what you wear and what you think, the essence of a person. Of your heart, your akhlaq. People used to come to the Prophet ﷺ, they're still wearing chains and stuff. Yeah. And he would never, assume and, pick points in there, how they look or something. But it's all about your heart and what's golden inside. And that's the most important thing. We do wear it because of the abdullahquilliam, the essence, the history that goes back. As abdullahquilliam did go to Turkey, he was given the name of Sheikh of the British Isles.
So just to be absolutely clear on that point, this is not about any political allegiances. That's not the issue here. And on top of that, an issue national, Mumin's from Bangladesh, I'm from Pakistan originally, he's from Yemen and so on. There's no issue about that. You're Muslim and then you're identified by the place that you come from. That's just the nature of human beings. لِتَعَارَفُوا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created into qaba'il and different nations and tribes and so on, so that we know each other. It's not that he's superior, he's superior, he's superior. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. The one who's superior, that's known by Allah subhanahu, not by you and I. So there's a bond that's there because we're people of Iman, we're people of faith. Then after that, this is not political allegiance, this is masjid. It's a masjid that was set up that had a connection back to Turkey. And so it's just identifying based upon the masjid. Wallahu a'lam.
Okay, so just to reiterate that we're wearing the hat of Turkish red hat because abdullahquilliam had a lot to do with the Ottoman Empire way back in 1800. So he was given the Sheikh al-Islam title by Sultan Abdul Hamid II, the last caliphate of the Muslim ruling world in 1894. Yeah, we'll give him the title.
I wouldn't take that title myself.
No, he's the Imam.
I'd pass it on to you.
No, he's the Imam and I'm the Khatib, yeah?
Okay, yes.
So Sheikh al-Islam and
and Sheikh al-Islam.
We're inheriting it from
Yes,
Sheikh Abdullah
absolutely.
Quilliam.
So I want to request to our viewers, let's not have waste our time, valuable times on who's wearing what hat. Let's just go on with some valuable questions that you may have. So please do so. Right, Brother Arif, Budiman Bahar, thank you everybody for your comments, and do try and use your comments in a sensible way. We've got other comments as well which just doesn't make sense, but I don't think we should even read it, but we will try and give it a go. Sheikh Haroon, what's this one?
This is an interesting question because this is to do with what's happened in Malaysia.
Controversial question. Oh, right, okay.
They found that for the last 40 years the meat wasn't halal.
It's
a massive issue, that is. Massive issue, because Malaysia, mashallah, Muslim country,
Islamic country,
and then they found out for 40 years that it wasn't halal.
How can it be halal? How can it not be halal?
I haven't really looked into it. It's to do with the suppliers. But I think it's the suppliers themselves who. It came from non-Muslim countries.
Malaysia. So this is from Malaysia.
So there's been an issue in my country, Malaysia, regarding buying or supporting a company that clearly states in its mission. Oh, Afwan, my mistake. It wasn't about the meat. It clearly states in its mission and vision that it contributes to others' religious works such as Christianity, Judaism. What is the best standpoint that we should have regard? Afwan, my apologies. I thought it was to do with the issue of the meat in Malaysia.
That's okay. You were just 2 in 1.
I didn't even know about that issue.
Read up on that. 40 years, haram meat is being supplied to the people in Muslim land.
That is amazing. Where's the government sleeping?
The trust in a good community. Imagine that.
Azureen, inshallah.
Inshallah, anything on that one?
It differs. Afwan, sorry, can we just go back down? Sorry. So, Brother Arif, Jazakallah khairan for that question, but we need something more specific. When you say contributes to religious works, what does that exactly mean? Is it like missionary work? Is it supporting the religion? If it's just supporting general people of other faiths in a general sense, then that's a good practice generally. But so we need something more specific as to what exactly are they supporting. Like, as an example, like if it's a Muslim company that's supporting like Christian missionaries, Christian mission. No. So that's the difference. Humanitarian works is one thing, but Christian missionaries who are propagating the Christianity as a religion, then it becomes a problem. Allah.
Okay. There's a guy Kaka Ali, but I don't think you want to answer that. You might know him, this guy.
No, Bismillah, let's go with this. No, let's go with this. Let's go with this.
From my Mr.
From me, Mr. Ginger, Kaka Ali. I'll have a look at the picture. Why do you call yourselves Muslims when you've created a new religion and designed it the way that suits you? Why not give this religion a new name? Mr. Ginger, who sammakum al-Muslimin. Allah subhanahu called us Muslims. Now, if you're saying we've changed the religion, what does that mean? What does that mean, change the religion? So explain when we say we've changed the religion.
They call in the studio.
Bismillah, call or just tell us exactly what's the specific change that's taken place where you're now saying, essentially what you're saying, that we're no longer Muslim. So Jazakallah khairan, just send in a question.
And you cannot bring another religion like Sikhism into it, so it's not right to do so. So either you call in Brother Kakali and explain yourself. We're happy to give you an explanations, but it is not right to write this type of on social medias. It doesn't look good. Okay, thank you for that. Brother Adib Shams isn't possible in the house.
Isn't possible in the house.
What's that one?
It's the thing about Jum'ah where it needs to be open for the Hanafis.
Good. Brother Suleiman says, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. Abu Maryam, just a thought. Many masjids are under pressure from local councils or community members to shut down during this time, even though it is not legally mandated. One way to think about this is that if they were running a food store, would they feel forced to close it due to the COVID onslaught?
I don't
different things.
Exactly. I don't think that they're equivalent there.
No.
Like, food is just a constant need to eat food.
Yeah.
Whereas Salah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lifted the obligation in times of difficulties. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that they're of the same.
Yeah. But also, food is essential, where we are giving food, or the food banks are giving food with maintaining social distances. You're talking about people picking one at a time. We don't have a large congregation gathering together while we're doing the masjid. Do we have a call? Take the call, Sheikh. Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
MashaAllah, who is this? There.
Yes.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Ali?
Hamza.
Hamza. Sound young there. How old are you?
9.
9. Shouldn't you be in school classes now? You're meant to have online school. Or is it 3:30? Okay.
We're out of time. Yes, Brother Hamza, what's your question to the Sheikh?
Is it halal to get the new the chip that Elon Musk is making that you implant to your brain?
What is it? Say that again.
The chip.
Are they planting chips in human bodies?
I don't know if they are. They probably will.
Not that I'm aware of.
Probably will eventually.
So,
could you repeat your question again, please?
Is it halal to get the chip that Elon Musk is making that you can implant into your brain?
Oh, Elon Musk is making.
Musk, yeah. It depends, Hamza. It depends on. No. I mean, because the truth is that forget about COVID and conspiracies. That this is something that they're working towards.
Yeah.
So is it halal? Allah. I don't. In fact, better not. Leave that with me, and I'll come back now. It's actually a very interesting question because definitely humanity is more moving towards that. With artificial intelligence probably going to dominate within the next decade or so.
Is that your question though? Is this question from 9-year-old? MashaAllah. Is that your question? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hamza, do us a favor. Call in next week. I'm going to research that from an Islamic perspective. Call in next week, and hopefully, I'll have an answer for you next week.
Right.
Okay, Hamza.
All right.
Can I just before?
Yes.
Before that, can I just go back? That question that Abu Maryam asked a question about food. The other difference between them is that food, there is no alternative. Salat al-Jum'ah is an alternative. We pray Dhuhr. So they're not the same. They're not the same.
It's not the same league. Okay, there's another one from Sunset Roads.
Yeah, I saw that. People are saying that we're close to the day of judgment because apparently in Turkey there was $6 billion gold found, and it's been said that people will fight for it and that it's a major sign. Allahumma salli alayhi. Yeah, that's probably what they're going to fight. So,
$6 billion is not a lot of money.
It probably will be soon in the next year or two. So again, Allahu A'lam. Are we close to the day of judgment? Absolutely we are. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Is that one of the key signs? Wallah, we'll see it unfold.
Okay, many of you are sending you messages on our Facebook. Jazakumullah khairan for that. Why don't you call in the studio on 0151 260 3986. We're going to finish the show in about 10 to 15 minutes time, so you don't have much time. So let's see who would be the lucky person that wins the question of the day, and we will win a special prayer mat, which you can see on the segments behind Sheikh Waddah. Nicola Muhammad, what's in? With the kids being off school at the moment and madrasa being closed, what do you advise us to teach the kids at home in regards to Islamic studies in this time? A question for both sheikhs.
Teach them Quran.
Teach them Quran.
Teach them Quran. Have halaqat of Quran in the home. Sit there, get them reading as much Quran as possible.
MashaAllah. Okay, do you want to have a go at this one? Kaka Ali is back again. Belongs only and only to Allah. And
he said he'd love to call in.
Okay.
Respect.
We'll deal with him. I think Brother Kakali is best if you do call in. We've got your messages. Thank you very much.
Go back to the very beginning because there's one or two good questions there.
Okay, let's go.
I think we went off there.
So one moment. Go at the bottom, Hamza. Since the Christmas holiday has just passed, I've been told by many. Sorry, go a bit up, Hamza. That's it.
Yeah, leave it there. The bottom one.
By many people, that is it haram?
And not haram to say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays back, but I'm not sure who's correct. Most of the ulama hold the view that you're not allowed to congratulate people for religious. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Sheikh, take the call, please.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, caller.
Wa alaikum salam.
Who am I speaking to?
I have a question. Regarding food grown in bioreactors from cells of chickens. I want to know if it's halal or not.
Say that again. Food grown from?
chicken cells, some bio chambers, reactors.
Oh yeah.
Quite popular in Singapore and other countries. I'm just wondering what's the take on it, please. Sheikh Haroon, Triple H.
Let me look into that. Inshallah. As far as I'm aware, it's allowed. It is allowed. But I'll look into.
Okay.
But I don't want to. I don't want to give.
Gotten halal and haram, or whether it's been slaughtered or not slaughtered, or.
Yeah. So leave that with me, inshallah, and I'll look into that. I'll try and get.
Can I have another question, please, if possible?
Bismillah. Yeah.
Is it permissible to brush your teeth in Ramadan?
Yes, it is, provided you make sure that no toothpaste goes down. Yes, it is.
The sugar that dissolves into your...
even if it bleeds a little bit. You know, some people have got a gum problem.
Yeah, just 1 second. Sorry, yeah? What was that, sorry, brother, you said?
What about the sugar content in the toothpaste that dissolves into your mouth?
So just make sure you wash your mouth out. So yeah, you're right, because when you brush your teeth, like bits of sugar will mix in with your saliva. So just spit the saliva out and wash it out to make sure that nothing goes down. So yeah, no, it is allowed. It is allowed. But at the same time, just to be slightly cautious, it's like when you do wudu. You wash your mouth while you're doing wudu, while you're fasting, but you don't gargle back just in case something goes down. So you have to be that bit more careful because you're fasting. And also, Brother Mumin added the question, what about somebody who's got weak gums? Same issue there. Just make sure that you don't swallow the blood, otherwise you will break your fast. Wallahu a'lam.
It's a good question. Yeah. Ramadan is soon approaching, isn't it? Long before we know we will be in Ramadan, Sheikh. Inshallah, we're going to have a number of programs. I need a date from you for Ramadan's online programs.
Inshallah.
So get ready for Ramadan. Those who are watching, we're going to have some exciting online programs in Ramadan now that we are in lockdown situation. And I think we will continue. The lockdown will be coming and going. But let's hope we can all pray Ramadan together, really. Okay, do we have another call? No, we don't have another call. What was the question you wanted to go back to, Sheikh Haroon?
I forgot what it was. Oh, yeah. Let me go back to the very beginning.
Salams, are there any...
Let me go back.
Salam, are there any signs... Oh, okay.
let me take it from my phone because there's some before. Okay. Question.
Go to the beginning, if we may.
I think it's not on because I think we lost connection.
Oh, we lost the connection. Okay.
So one of the questions was Ahmed Shahid. This is like 321.
Okay.
How would you advise we spend our time in lockdown? So I wanted to go back to that.
Okay.
Do you want to say something about that, please? Sheikh Waddah, how would you advise spending time in the lockdown?
Well, it's a time where families don't get to see each other normally, in a way. It's like loads of people have been saying about Ramadan, the way they enjoyed last Ramadan, even though the mosques weren't open and they couldn't do the Taraweeh. They had that feeling of having a family essence when they're having their iftar, they're waking up for suhoor, they're praying with each other. Like normally, even if you go with your family to the mosque, your wife or your sisters will be in another room and you'll be in a different room. But having the vibe where you pray together and showing, because some people don't even pray with the men and the women within. So alhamdulillah, it's time where you focus on your prayer, focus on your Quran. You push them more to learn, and you get a good sense of yourself. Once you benefit your own children and you see them growing within yourselves. Because think about it, they're in school all the way through the year. They're in control of what they learn, what they do. So you've got this chance maybe from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just to wake them up a few things. Just simple things. Don't go for hard, complicated things. Drinking, how to do it well. Absolutely. And that'll be enough for the children just over their holidays, inshallah.
There was, yesterday when the talent show, we had a little girl of 8 years old. What was the hadith she was saying? Would you want to reiterate that?
She was telling to people, Samillah wa kul biyamini wa kul
ma'yalik. MashaAllah.
It's telling me.
We have Uncle Suleiman on the phone. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Is that Uncle Suleiman?
Yes.
Okay, this is Uncle Mumin here. Right, what's your question to our Sheikh?
I don't have a question for the Sheikh. Just call in. I have like album or...
Allah.
MashaAllah. We'll stop there, shall we?
مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى آله. جزاك الله خير Suleiman. جزاك الله. That's known as al-Qasida al-Muhammadiyya.
And he's only 16 years old.
Beautiful.
Let me tell you about this Qasida, because Imam Busayri was famous for the Burda, the poem about the Prophet. He also wrote a poem where every line, every bait begins with the name of the Prophet. It's called Al-Qasida Al-Muhammadiyya. Absolutely beautiful poem. Jazakallah khairan Suleiman. Allah yazik. Remember this. ما إن مدحت محمدا بمقالتي ولكن مدحت مقالتي بمحمد. This is the poet of the Prophet, Hassan ibn Thabit. He said, I did not praise Muhammad with my words, but Muhammad praised my words by his name. So whatever we say, our words become great because of him. We don't praise him in reality. Jazakallah khairan. I think we're done for today, yeah?
Yep. So I think we're going to finish here. So we're going to finish here, brothers and sisters. Please join us.
Can we apologize about the connection as well?
Yes, I think due to some poor connections here at the transmission studio, we do apologize if you have got cut off in midway to the program. Okay, let's take the last call. Assalamu alaikum, caller. Hello, what's your name? Walaikum salam. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Who, me?
Is that Imam Shafiq?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. How are you, sir? We got. Okay, what's your question? We have Sheikh Haroon and Sheikh Waddah in the studio.
How's Imam Shafiq going to be calling him with a question?
Yeah.
Astaghfirullah. What are you doing, Imam Shafiq?
I've called for something else here. I was just thinking whether I should say it on live.
Okay, I know what you mean. You need to go to your appointments. By all means, do go. And you're live on the air because the calls have been coming through my phone. So inshallah, yes, he called me.
I think once we're there,
anyway, it's nice to have you on, inshallah.
Listen,
I'll give you salams.
Imam Shafiq, when are you going to come and join us live on the studio? Give us a date.
I've got a question for Sheikh Haroon.
La hawla wa la quwwata. No, you can't have some Imam's colic phone in and ask the question. A'udhu billah.
Imam to Imam now. Heads on. Go ahead.
Go on, you want to talk about Liverpool Football Club or something like that?
He's blue. You are a blue, aren't you?
I'm a blue, I'm a red, I'm Arsenal, and I'm a
forget that.
It's a rainbow.
He's a lightweight. That's what he is.
I'm a rainbow.
Oh yeah, Mane.
Hey, how's your mate Sadio Mane doing?
It's okay, alhamdulillah, it's good. I spoke with him last week. I actually had a ticket to go. I did all the Corona forms and everything. And then on the day it was snowing. I thought, I'm not going to watch somebody.
Hey, do you know what? You need to have a word, because you know Mo Salah as well, don't you?
Yes.
You need to have a word with him about his Christmas tree. He's ruining
Christmas trees.
Come on, man. Talk to him. He's ruining his reputation. The whole world of Muslims love him.
Did he have a Christmas tree in his house?
Yeah. They were dressed up as Santas as well.
So, the ayah in the Quran where Allah, He gives respect to people, but then people decide for themselves sometimes.
Yeah.
So Allah's given him respect, but he's losing that respect for himself.
Exactly,
with his own doings.
That's what I'm saying. You're connected to these boys, so you need to have a little chat with them.
You are their chaplain.
Just a gentle reminder to him.
To be honest with you, with Salah, if he had come to the Jummah, if he was come to the mosque, I would have definitely done a khutbah on that.
You would have stood up and exposed him, yes.
You'd never come back again.
I would have said, there's people here who've got Christmas trees. But you know what? To be honest with you, let's leave him to our side. Yeah. What's more sad is I teach quite a few people in the home, private lessons. And honestly, wallahi, it's shocking how many people have got Christmas trees in their houses and Christmas lights around their windows. And I'm going there teaching the Quran and they've got a nice big massive Christmas tree there.
They haven't taken a picture of you next to the tree, have they?
Like, surely this can't be serious, man. We can't be teaching Quran with
Have you had a picture taken? Imam Sahib, has anybody taken a picture with you next to the tree?
not next to the tree, but one of the kids had the nerve to say to me, Imam, you look like Santa Claus.
Oh, I was about to drop that in, you know.
We'll let them make the hat.
This is a Quran lesson. What's going on?
We'll make them into an elf.
Imam Sahib, inshallah, we're actually finishing the show now.
What was there a question for our Imam?
Quick question. What's your take on these? I don't know if anyone's asked it before, but obviously I've not listened to it. On this COVID vaccine.
Okay.
I'm of the view that people should be taking it. I don't buy the conspiracies. There's nothing to support all the conspiracies. It's just people just randomly sending stuff out without any verification. So I think especially those who are like vulnerable, elderly, frontline people, and so I think they should take it.
Yeah.
I was in truth, I was reluctant about it, but it's just because there wasn't enough information out there. But there's even though still people are going on about conspiracies and so on, like there's nothing to confirm that. It's just people talking, and it's just fear mongering that people are spreading out there.
And you are quite happy to take it yourself.
I've actually said this publicly. I'm doing it tomorrow. Inshallah, I'll get mine done tomorrow.
Inshallah.
I've done mine, and Imam Shafi is going to do his just now.
And I'm going to deal with Mumin Khan. If anything happens to me, I'm going to deal with Mumin Khan.
Have you had it done?
If anything happens to me, Mumin Khan is responsible.
Sorry?
I've got to deal with Mumin Khan saying if anything happens, he's responsible.
Fair enough.
Listen, if anything happens, I'll go with you because I've already done one, and it's 2 weeks now. And
look at him; he's even better than he was before.
There you go. Yeah, wait till the second one.
You're saying out like this.
Inshallah, I'm just going to do my maghrib and then I'll set out.
Inshallah. Make dua.
Okay, then,
yes, inshallah. We're going to